Hello everyone, welcome to yet another show of Success Principles by Successful Principles. I'm Kamalneet Singh and I'm really excited about this show yet once again. And you know that all this while, it's been a good 1 year that we are still going through pandemic and we're all almost on the verge of getting over it. But yes, for kids and parents, it has been one topsy-turvy year wherein some things have fallen in place, some things have fallen out of the place, some relationships have come very close, yet there are relationships which have fallen apart. And we took on this agenda that why don't we do something wherein we can bring this most cherished relationship together, thereby helping parents understand their kids better and making the most beautiful process of parenting a great process. And how we are doing this is that we are being supported by wonderful educators across the globe who are bringing their deep wisdom of decades and sharing their insights and their experiences so that parents like you can learn from their experiences and can avoid some mistakes and make this beautiful relationship a far, far, far beautiful one. And it's my honor and a privilege to have a very special guest with us today. And we have somebody who is a name to reckon with in the field of education. We have with us today Dr. Rajesh Hassija. And it's my honor and a privilege to have Dr. Hassija with us on this episode. Dr. Hassija is somebody, while they say that one speaks, so we all use our mouth to speak, but we have with us somebody who speaks directly from his heart, somebody so genuine, somebody very humble, very down to earth, and has full of passion for kids and the field of education. Somebody who is multifaceted, somebody who has done various things. He's a mentor to various organizations, institutes, and bodies, an author with more than 4 dozen books, somebody with 4 decades of experience, more than 4 decades of experience. Now, on a laughing note, his experience is more than my age. Now, you get to know my age on the camera, but then that's fine. So, his experience is more than my age, and somebody who has given his life to education. Somebody who started with the equations of maths and today leads Indraprastha group of schools as the director principal in Delhi NCR, and he's the man behind the skies that the school is touching, the skies that the school of chains is touching. Somebody who gives his heart, soul, and mind to the schools. Talking about books, you talk about maths and science. I know that some of you are parents and probably your kids are a little afraid of maths, which is fine. But you must know that Dr. Hassija has authored books on maths and computer science and is also the recipient of very, very prestigious awards. One of them being the National Teachers Award given to him by the then President Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. He is also the recipient of Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan Award and has been felicitated with Lifetime Achievement Awards. He is also a part of Asia's Who's and Who member reckoner. He is also a member of Quality Council of India, and the list goes on. Yet with all these awards, yet with all these accolades, yet with all these rewards, yet with all this that he has accumulated over a period of time in terms of experience, he stays grounded, and his humility is something that I have been very much moved by. Dr. Hassija. Thank you, sir. It's my honor and a privilege to have you as a part of this episode. And I know that with your inputs, the parents will definitely benefit. And that's the goal of the series कि parents तक वो पहुंचे जो शायद वो यूज करके अपनी लाइफ में अपने बच्चों की लाइफ में they can make a difference.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Kamalneet, for such a gracious introduction of mine. I still feel I'm a classroom teacher. Love being with the children, teaching something mathematics, something computer science, something about the life.
So I'm sure, sir, these are positions, yet they have come as a byproduct of your passion towards the work. I totally get that. And sir, you talk to thousands of parents, you talk to thousands of kids. You have seen so many of them. And कितने भी parents से बात करो, they have one common thought. All of them, they say, कि हमें अपने बच्चों को successful बनाना. Isn't it all the parents watching here? All of them, they say that we want our kids to be successful and good human beings. Now, success अपने आप में ही इतना broad term है, and being successful can mean one thing to one person, another thing to another person. So, what is your definition of success? We are curious to know that. आपकी definition में what is success?
I have 7,000 students in Indraprastha schools, which means about 14,000 parents and then grandparents.
Right.
Yes, I keep talking about success. Generally, we associate success with a good position. Children earn it after their education, lot of money and all, irrespective of child's mindset. I totally disagree with them, and I keep talking to them. To me, success is not a wealth. Success is not a fame. It's a very short-lived terms. Success, if you ask me, I would say, but literal meaning success means when you are able to accomplish your aim or purpose, whatever purpose you choose it. Winning my insecurities, winning my fear, to me is the biggest success for me. If anybody is able to pick up, a young toddler, when he is taking the first step, he or she, the child is taking the first step, and the child is able to walk, appreciation from the parent, wow, you have walked, taken a first step, video clip. For that toddler, that is the biggest success till that moment. So success changes with the age. The purpose changes with the age. Aim changes with the age. Therefore, I would say learning everything itself is a success. If I am able to learn something new on everyday basis, I am successful. I am able to win my fears, insecurities. I am successful. If I am able to give my best to the purpose, to my purpose, I personally feel I am successful. If I am able to connect with the people and make them smile, I feel I am successful. If I am able to contribute as a citizen of this country for the welfare of the people, I feel I am successful. So I am not looking success as an outcome in terms of money, in terms of fame, in terms of position. I say success is a journey.
It's an ongoing journey.
It's an ongoing journey, and we must cherish that journey.
Beautifully explained. I'm sure all the parents watching this, I'm sure you enjoyed Dr. Hassija's take on success. And isn't it beautiful that, when an educator of his stature comes out and talks about success in such a broad way, and whereas when we talk to our kids today, they talk about success in those shiny objects, the big car, the big house, and this and that. While if you hear somebody who has seen it all, who has been through the journey, and is still talking about the fact that the simple little things is what success is built upon, and is also termed success. At the same time, I love the whole example of when that the toddler tries to walk, probably crawl for the very first time and taking tiny steps, and the whole family is
clapping,
that is
doing video clicking and everything.
that is
For that toddler, that is the biggest success.
brilliant, brilliant. So, sir, I know that you're very humble, very modest, and humility is your second nature. But at the same time, you also know that you are a very seasoned educator and you are successful. So we want to know that what led to your journey, what made you successful. अब मुझे पता है इसमें conflict हो सकता है, बोलोगे नहीं ऐसा नहीं है.
I often in all my assemblies, morning assemblies, when I'm talking to the children, I tell them, and this is my very lovable quote which everybody will say, and I say, success is not a matter of chance. Nobody has ever fallen into success. It is achieved through dedicated efforts, passionate approach, and a willing to fail.
Willing to fail.
Willing to fail. In this journey, when you want to, I said success means basically accomplishment of a purpose or an aim. When you are on that journey of accomplishment, many times it happens, you face challenges. You are not able to achieve that one. So, one thing you understand, it is not a matter of chance. You can 100% achieve anything and everything.
But not success with chance.
Not success with chance. So what are the steps I personally feel One which I always say, you must have a dream. And I don't know, President Abdul Kalam ji said, or I had read it before, that सपने वो नहीं जो आप सो के लेते हो देखते हो, सपने वो हैं जो आपको सोने नहीं देते. So must have a dream for something. If you are not able to visualize where you want to be, the purpose which you want to achieve, probably you will never get it. So first is must have a dream for whatever you want to have it. Second, must have an action plan for that. You may not be competent fully about that one, but first make an action plan. Then next is realizing your own ability. Collaborate with the people. I may not be good in every domain. If I am today happy in this Indraprastha environment, the credit goes to the entire team.
It's the teamwork that makes
Yes,
the dream
it
work.
is teamwork, which has helped to achieve the dream. And therefore, I say collaboration with the right people is very important. The right people does not mean those who are only in your favor, you adopt them. No. Rather, those who are not in your favor, you must take them. I tell you, I was principal of APJ School Noida, and I had 2-3 people who were dead against, for any new thing which I do. So what I used to do, whenever I wanted to introduce new thing, I would call them. That I want to introduce new thing, I would share with them.
Correct.
They will come out with a criticism.
Correct.
I would note down those points.
Correct.
My next target would have always been to ensure those negative points are taken care of. And it became successful after that. Because those were my great gurus, I call them.
Correct.
Because they were helping me to identify the negative areas which I was not able to solve. So collaborate with the people. I repeat, first I said dream. Second I said action plan. Third is the collaboration. Fourth, please remember, when you work out an action plan, you are not able to achieve every time what you thought of. That means willing to learn from your failures. It might possible that first time you are not able to achieve what you targeted for. Doesn't matter. There's always a second chance. There's a second opportunity. Thomas Alva Edison tried 100 times or 1,000 times.
1,000 times, yeah, correct.
So he never said I failed 999 times. He said I learned 1,000 ways to innovate.
Not make a bulb and probably innovate.
Innovative bulb. So if these 4 steps are kept in mind, to my mind, everyone can accomplish the aim, the purpose, or achieve the goal.
That's actually brilliant. So let me see. My mother keeps giving me almonds almost on daily basis and says, badam khane chahiye. And then I keep remembering my father-in-law. वो कहते हैं बादाम खा के अकल नहीं आती है, ठोकर खा के आती है. But they say that badam helps you in memory. So let me try and recall the 4 steps that you spoke about. So number 1 is dream. All the parents out there, when we talk to our kids, कई बारी हम बोल देते हैं कि ये तेरे से नहीं होएगा. The moment we say that, बड़े सोचने का जो उसका नजरिया है, I think that gets compressed. So these days when he's awake at night, this is in a joking way. अगर वो रात को जाग रहा है, इसका मतलब डॉक्टर कलाम साहब का जो कोट है, उसके हिसाब से देखेंगे तो वो बड़े सपने देख रहा है.
बिल्कुल ठीक है, बिल्कुल ठीक है.
So one is dream big. Second is to have an action plan. And it's important to also have actions, because thinking is only thinking. Thinking is not doing. So having an action plan, Dr. Hassija said, is very, very crucial. Third, you said is collaborate, because it's the dream. The teamwork makes the dream work. So collaboration is very, very crucial. And then you cited an example that you looked at something which was negative and there were things which were being criticized on, and you turned it around. You looked at it in a positive way. And मेरे बादाम ना last वाले पे काम नहीं कर रहे हैं. What was the last one?
The last one I
dream, achieve,
collaborate, and then learning from failures.
Learning from failures. Yes, I think learning from failures. जहाँ हम भाग रहे हैं, we are telling our kids कि don't fail. I wanted to give an insight that a seasoned educator is talking about that. Learn to fail, and yes, rise up from that.
Very true. It's an experience. It will tell you this did not work. Maybe the Next time, empower yourself better, collaborate with the more people, with the right people, and go with the back. Next time, success is yours.
Correct. So when your child fails, instead of criticizing, show him your support, because as a parent, it's your support that a child definitely looks for. और अगर घर से ना मिले तो फिर बच्चा बाहर देखने लग जाता है. That's what I feel. So tell us one thing. I am going to remember it as DARF. DARF is the acronym for the same Dream Action Plan DACF. So Dream Action Plan, Collaborate, and Fail, and move forward. Done. So we have viewers as parents, and बहुत सारे parents का एक अलग नजरिया है, and they have a different thought process on many things, and I feel personally that parenting is a superpower. Parenting in itself is a superpower. अगर सही से होगी तो बच्चा कहाँ से कहाँ निकल जाएगा. What would be your top 3 ideas for parents? Your suggestions for better parenting?
First of all, I am not a right person to give you idea about the better parenting. I feel every parent in their own circumstances, in their own position, do their best. So I must appreciate and acknowledge every parent. Still, the difference comes with your approach. Many times probably we do not think about that one. But मैं common example देता हूँ कि जब गंधारी ने अपनी आंखों पे पट्टी बांध ली कि धृतराष्ट्र अंधे थे और उसने कहा मैं पति का साथ दूंगी और हम कौरवों की दशा जानते हैं, और कुंती ने पति के ना होते हुए भी अपने 5 बच्चों को जो पाला, वो एक हर आदमी चाहता है मेरा बच्चा वो एक पांडव बने. तो डिफरेंस आंख पे पट्टी बांधना या ना बांधना.
It's very powerful.
Therefore, I would say as a parent 2-3 चीजें मैं कहूँगा जो आप जरूर याद रखें सब लोग. Number 1, be the best role model for your child. Be the best ever role model, because child watches you from all angles. He watches your body language, he watches your eye movements, he watches your hands movements. So child watches your all moves. If you are not a right role model, probably he would or she would adopt what you are saying indirectly also. So be the best role model. And this role model can cover anything. You are able to inspire your child, you are not able to inspire your child. I mean, it would cover anything, but still, I'll come to specific. Second is communication with the child. You know, there was a parenting style when I was young child, if I take back 50 years. There was less communication between the father and the children. But that time, Dada, Dadi, Nana, Nani used to play big role.
It was
joint family system. Chacha was also like a papa. Correct. He would guide you, he would support you.
Correct.
Now nuclear family, both parents working. Correct. And grandparents missing. It is very, very important that you have communication with your children. If you do not have it, the way the number of suicides are increasing, because child is not able to take that pressure.
He's filled up.
Child needs support, child needs guidance. And we were talking about that when child fails, you need somebody to extend a helping hand. That would come through communication. So second most important is communication part. And third, I would say, ensure that self-esteem of the child is always built up. It is never ever compromised in any challenge, in any situation, on any platform, on any stage.
Sir, आपने दुखती रख पे हाथ रख दिया. So I think jokes aside, but then you being a role model and you being in communication. So I see it as I try to pick up acronyms, and then self-esteem. I'm an ardent fan of helping kids to have better self-esteem, because वो एक ऐसी फाउंडेशन है जिसके ऊपर आप इमारत खड़ी कर सकते हो. और अगर वो फाउंडेशन कच्ची है तो इमारत फिर खड़ी
ये
करना
तीनों स्टेप, एक आप रोल मॉडल हैं बिकॉज यू आर वेरी गुड पे, बट देन यू नीड टू कम्युनिकेट, और while communicating make sure that self esteem of the child is not compromised. अगर ये तीनों स्टेप हो जाते हैं, rest all are covered in relief.
So RCS, you know me, right? I keep looking for acronyms, and so be a role model. R for role model. Communicate, keep in communication, and while communicating, uh, make the self-esteem instead of breaking it.
Very true.
So this is yet another formula coming to you, and I'm sure I've shared my journey that self-esteem plays a very, very crucial role again. Now, parents, time बदल गया है. Times have changed, and we know that while about 20 years back, 30 years back, the role of technology was not that much. Competition था, लेकिन इस तरीके का नहीं था, right? And things have changed to a very different level. So, इस time पे, what skills should kids learn during probably the school years, जहाँ बच्चों को एक edge मिले in the real life? Because every parent wants कि मेरा बच्चा जो है, she should be extraordinary.
See, these are the now contradictory words. On one hand, I said collaborate करना है. Second, you are saying edge मिले उससे.
हाँ जी.
तो I would only say number one, let your child identify his or her own competencies. Number two, focus on the excellence of those competencies, not on winning one race or one competition or one challenge. Third, yes, 21st century belongs to those people who have creativity, who have innovativeness, who are ready to collaborate, who have strong communicative skill. Thus, do not focus on physics, chemistry, and mathematics.
PCM,
accountancy, business study, let me include all subjects. Subjective knowledge is for a very short time. Somebody asks, what is education? And I say, after 10 years of your schooling, when you have forgotten physics, chemistry, mathematics, what you remember, that is education. So you forget subject knowledge very short. Whatever I learned in the school, probably I am not using at all. So focus on these life skills. Inculcate the value of appreciation, inculcate the value of caring each other, inculcate the value of communication. Let your child know that in 21st century, if she is not able to collaborate with the people, if she is not having that much of patience to listen others opinion and appreciate others opinion, probably she will be misfit in the society. In today, on the super highway, you use the word technology, when geographical boundaries have no meaning, and we have seen this pandemic.
Last one is
yes, is a very example. This is the time picking up the best of the tools. But then picking best of the tool doesn't mean that is the end. No, technology changes with a click of second. So what you should have is learning to learn throughout your journey. I said initially, what is success? When you learn every day something new. So learning to learn, and learning is a lifelong process, still goes on. And if you are able to inculcate these, in quote, called skills, probably child would be successful in your definition also.
In his own definition also.
In his own definition and in my approach also.
Perfect. I think so. This is, and I'm not saying this because you've heard Dr. Hassija saying that physics, chemistry, maths अपनी जगह ठीक है, ज़रूरी है, business studies, commerce, and let's say all the subjects in. But what you said in terms of 10 years after that you are done with studying these subjects, what remains? What remains is the real education, and then you spoke about the importance of life skills. Kids learning about creativity, innovation, collaboration, communication skills, the art of appreciation, the art of listening to others, the art of the sincere effort, the empathy of understanding the other's point of view. This is what is going to thrive them in the 21st century skills. And so ये सारी बात सुन के एक चीज मैं कहना चाहूँगा कि ये सारी बात सुनने के बाद भी उनको वो 99 और 100% के लिए do not be after. They're like, yes, it is important, but let that not be the only benchmark.
Very true.
I think they should be in balance, is what we look at.
I do not know whether Shah Rukh Khan scored 99, Amitabh Bachchan scored 99 or 100.
नहीं, I think.
Today we worship them like anything. Salman Khan whether scored or not. I'm just trying to give you an example, Narendra Modi.
Correct.
So yes, to get into a degree, these may matter.
Correct.
But this is not the only thing which you should focus on.
This is very powerful and such a strong and authentic and the need of the hour message coming from you. And parents, the only request and the only urge that I have is कि कई बार हम इतना भार डाल देते हैं उस बच्चे पे कि अगर तुम्हारे नंबर नहीं आए तो तुम्हारा कुछ नहीं होगा एंड तुम्हें धक्के खाने पड़ेंगे. And the moment you talk about Shah Rukh Khan, Amitabh Bachchan, Salman Khan, and all the big names out there, and our Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and all the names that you took, I think there is hardly any correlation with how much they scored in their school days and
Very
how
true.
they are doing it, how they are doing it in the real world.
Very true.
Very powerful, and that's actually a brilliant insight. Tell us something in terms of you've seen a very broad journey. So some habits, I'm diving a little deep into your personal life, and what practices, what rituals, what habits helped you move forward? क्योंकि uncertainty and adversity सभी की life में आई हैं. And having spoken to you the other day, I know that you had your own set of situations. So what helped you move forward?
Yes, my mother was a teacher, my grandmother was a teacher. So number one, I myself opted to be a teacher. But to make my own place in this teaching community, I had to work, and what I said initially, nobody has ever fallen into success. I worked very, very hard. My journey in these past 40 years has not been that smooth, but always whatever I dreamt for. And number two, I made an action plan. I collaborated with the people, and then I learned from failures. There have been days when I didn't sleep whole night, and I worked for that. Coming after a Hindi medium school, I knew my language was not that good. So I started collaborating with the people who had a right language. I still remember as a teacher when my principal asked me that you need to address the assembly. I think I practiced 3 times in standing in front of the mirror and didn't sleep all night, and it was only about 7 minutes of address. But I said no, I wanted to be perfect. My focus on perfection, my focus on that probably this is the best approach, led me to collaborate with number of people. You suggest your opinion, another suggests another opinion, and then identifying probably this opinion is the right opinion and moving ahead on that one. Never felt tired, never felt withdrawn. Only one thing, yes, I have to
keep moving forward. So dreaming, you kept dreaming, you kept taking actions, you kept collaborating, and you kept learning from your failure.
Yes.
I think ये आसानी से मंत्र नहीं मिलता, right? So you can thank me later, but then this is a powerful mantra, and that's what our kids also need to learn. And this has been a brilliant and a beautiful conversation with you. I thoroughly enjoyed, and I'm sure the viewers, the parents, इसमें से अगर आप थोड़ा भी, if they take a little bit from the conversation and start implementing it, because I'm a big fan of what you said, action, because you now have the insight, you have a new thought process, but if you put that into action, it is only then the result will.
We all learn from each other. Let's learn. Life is not that big that you first make all the mistakes and then learn from there. So it's better if somebody has made a mistake, you learn from those mistakes. So I have made few mistakes, and I'm sharing with you.
That's so nice of you, and it's actually true कि सारी गलतियां हम खुद करेंगे तो फिर जो काम करना है वो कब करेंगे?
बिल्कुल, जिंदगी इतनी बड़ी नहीं है कि सारी गलतियां कर सकें.
So that's how the series also helps you to look at perspectives of different educators and implement it so that the most crucial relationship that you have with your child sustains well and they end up doing very well. Now, so assuming that the world is listening to you, all the students in the world, they are listening to you. What is your message to the students out there?
Very difficult message in general. Can I tell a story?
Yes, sir, please, I think I know, please.
Everyone has heard the story of Panchtantra, hare and tortoise. So story is that hare and tortoise, they had the race. One day, tortoise challenged the hare. Then let's have the race. So hare looked at tortoise and thought, this petty creature, how can he challenge me? So hare was overconfident. उसने कहा race लगाते हैं. Set date, set time, race start हुआ. We all heard this story that hare started running. He was miles and miles ahead of tortoise. Slept on the way. Tortoise slowly went away and reached to the goal. So first mantra message to everybody: remember, slow and steady wins the race.
Slow and steady wins the race.
But story doesn't end here.
Okay.
The hare, obviously more powerful, big body, proven qualities.
Faster.
Couldn't digest this one. So after some days, it again challenged the tortoise. Okay. Let's have the race again. Tortoise was this time confident that once beaten to here can beat again. So again they had the race. This time here was focused, committed. So race started, here went on and on and on, and it won the race with miles and miles ahead of tortoise. So message came: those who are focused, those who are committed, those who are passionate, they win the race. So this is my second message to the children.
So focus, commitment,
and passionate.
Okay.
You win the race.
FCP, focus, commitment, passion. Okay.
Story doesn't end here also.
Is it?
Yes.
You've only heard the first part.
Story doesn't end here. So now tortoise was sleepless. It had a thought that once beaten, it has beaten the hare, can beat again.
But it was a level ground now. One
was here. Correct. So कुछ दिन बाद tortoise ने फिर hare को challenge किया.
Okay. This time the tortoise challenged. Okay.
Yes, tortoise challenged the hare कि रेस दोबारा करते हैं, लेकिन गोल मैं डिसाइड करूंगा और उसी दिन बताऊंगा, उससे पहले नहीं बताऊंगा.
Okay.
Hare was confident. फोकस चाहिए, कमिटमेंट चाहिए, पैशन चाहिए. Both had the race. Here was focus, committed and passionate. Here भागना शुरू हुआ. कुछ दूर भागकर here रुक गया, क्योंकि आगे रिवर थी. Tortoise slowly came, jumped the river, crossed the river, reached to the target. Tortoise won the race.
Target was beyond
the river. So the message came that if you can identify your strength, पहला मैंने कहा slow and steady wins the race, वो है ये. दूसरा का focus, commitment and passion. लेकिन next है, you need to identify your strength, and if you play with your strength, you can win the race. Tortoise won the race. He lost the race.
He lost the race. So it's a powerful story, and
it is coming that you must identify your own strength and play with them.
Play with the strengths. It's a profound message in बहुत ही अच्छी story.
Story अभी खत्म नहीं हुई.
अच्छा. So you stay there.
Here agreed that tortoise has some strength.
Right.
I have some strength.
Okay.
And there comes the last message. He said, let's collaborate.
Okay.
Tortoise agreed. So from starting point till river, starting point of the race till river.
Till the beginning, wherein
till the river started.
Right.
Hare carried the tortoise on its back.
Okay.
While crossing the river, tortoise carried the hare on its back. Both reached at the goal. That's come the collaboration with the right people is very important to win the race.
What a profound story. You shared one, and I'm sure you all enjoyed the story. And while you had, when you shared one, so I knew that this is one story that slow and steady wins the race. But in my head, I was like, yes, I think this is the message. But you never stopped. You had a second part, and you had a third part, and then you had a fourth part. And very, very powerful. So key lessons, मैं बादाम अपने कोशिश करूँगा use करने की. The first was slow and steady wins the race. Second was have focus, have commitment, and have passion. Third was play by your strengths, wherein
choose your own play field.
Choose your own
play field. अपनी battle में जीतोगे, अपना field करोगे तो battle जीतोगे.
Play by your strengths. So third was play by your strengths, choose your own field, and fourth and a very profound one, and I think this was specifically for 21st century, if I get that
very
right.
True.
The fourth is to collaborate, wherein both of them, the hare and the tortoise, they came together and both of them won, and it was a joint win. Very, very, very profound message, and आज तक आपने सिर्फ एक story सुनी है, but the truth is कि story एक नहीं story चार है. वो वाली बात हो गई कि हिंदी dialogue है, कहानी अभी खत्म नहीं हुई है. I think कहानी अभी बाकी है. So now जो कहानी आपने पता नहीं कितने सालों पहले सुनी थी, वो आज I think आज तक बाकी थी, आज पूरी हुई है. Thank you. So thank you very much. I think I love the story as well.
Thank you.
I have.
I thought when you said the message to the children, probably मुझे लगा a story will be the right app to taking care.
Stories are very powerful because when you hear a story and you realize that आपको आधी ही मालूम है, आधी क्या 1/4 मालूम है. Very, very powerful. Really thankful to you for bringing such powerful messages, and thank you all the viewers for watching this. And I really hope, I sincerely hope from the bottom of my heart that you make these minor changes, small changes, because they say that small is big. And when you make these small changes in your relationship with your kids, they go a long way. And eventually it's the parent who is the most, they say parent is the happiest when they see their kids doing things on their terms and when they are successful in whatever they define success as. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Such a pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure talking to you.